you, sir?
Good. How about yourself, bro?
Doing well, man. So you're fresh off the plane, came to join us here in DC at the press conference to promote your next fight, which is May 28th. You're headlining. How exciting is it to be back home? You're just coming off of a big knockout in New Jersey, correct?
Yes, sir. Very exciting. As you say, I just got off the plane, spawned with the best. Devin Haney's fighting for a unification bout June 4th in Australia. So shout out to Devin Haney, and appreciate you for having me there. Fresh off the plane, promote my next fight, May 28th here at home. My first time fighting home since I think 2018. Yeah, because I had an injury and all that. So if you know me, you know we the big ticket sellers. We packed out Atlantic City where I got my first belt, NABA, WBA-NABA Gold Jr, Welterweight champion of the world. So we coming back here is real exciting. I can't wait. It's gonna be a good show.
Definitely. Now, I want to touch on something real quick that I think Dusty said when you guys were up on the podium, that your opponent that you knocked out, who we know was undefeated going into that fight with you from New Orleans, he had a raucous crowd with him. He, was knocked out in the first round. Now he said, give me that rematch, I'll fight him for free. How does that make you feel?
I feel good, actually. When I told my teammate, people ain't talking about you. That means you ain't doing nothing right. You know, like if you got haters or people or critics, that means you're doing something. I want to stay relevant. I want my name in people's mouths. He's supposed to say that, but I don't understand why. Like, even from the jump street, he was 12-0-7 knockouts. I'm like, I got a blemish in my record, but I can fight. Like, it won't happen again. Like, I won't get caught slipping like that again. So I actually been doing this. I got all the top tournament, Olympic trials, and amateur. Like, I actually can fight. So it's like, even beforehand, I was telling people, you might be scared of the record, but I'm not. I know what I can do. You know, so. You can look at some of the interviews I had online. I told people what I was going to do. I thought it was going to be a little later. I didn't think of first, but I don't get paid for overtime, so you know it is what it is.
That's the quote. You don't get paid for overtime. Now, I think you mentioned something really important, that you have a blemish, but it's like, we know you can fight. At least the people here in the area that have covered boxing have seen you come up. I think a lot of times nowadays people get enamored with that undefeated mark, like you're saying, but you're not scared of that. How do you feel from that first defeat to now that you're coming off that first round knockout, you're working with one of the top fighters in the world, Devin Haney? How do you feel you've progressed and learned from that?
Oh, I had 2 fights from there. I fought right after that. I fought September, and I came for a second round knockout, and with an 8-1 guy. Then now to a 12-0 guy. That blemish is a lesson, something that wasn't supposed to happen, but God don't make mistakes. Like I said, it was rough, and if you know me, I don't like losing, and I don't let my grandma beat me in cards. So I hate losing. So it was something I probably needed to wake me back up. I don't know if I fell asleep, but wake me back up and get that hunger and that anger back inside of me and that aggression, and practice my craft. And you see what I'm doing now. I'm like, whoever my way is gonna be ugly. It's not a good time no more.
Definitely. Now, I want you to tell people as well who may not be familiar with you. You were a college graduate, Bowie State, right?
First in my family. So I always know I was turning boxing, right? Some of my old college mates got text messages me saying, as soon as I graduate college, I'm turning pro. So been boxing my whole life. I said, I'm gonna go to college, get my degree for plan B, just in case. Plan B, college degree was my plan B, but I said boxing was always my plan A. That's actually why I met my manager at Chi Chi. She was my college professor in 2013, and I kind of forced her to be my manager. But yeah, like you said, I said I was gonna graduate, top 10 in my class, sport management degree, and right after that, I played my first fight a few months later, that same year.
Wow, so sports management, I mean, you might have a future, in boxing, but outside of the ring in the future, right?
I'm already kind of doing that. Listen, I manage myself, signing myself, I'm gonna sign some fighters. Boxing don't last forever. I actually want to make more money outside the ring than in the ring, so I'm a real business-minded, business savvy, and I'm gonna get the coins by any means.
All right, fighters, you heard it here first. Greg Outlaw is a manager also. I want to touch on one thing before we let you go. The Devin Haney, I can't get away from that because it's such a big, opportunity for you to be training with him. How did that opportunity come about?
So it's crazy because it's a lady named Serafina. She's the manager of a few fighters. I guess she got a call from Dusty and asked, do you got any 140s? And Dusty and them called me on 3-way like, hey, do you want to spar with Devin Haney? Like, get a chance to go to his camp? And excuse my language, I'm like, hell yeah, I want to go. Like, not only am I getting paid, but that's not only worry about the money. I'm blessed. It's like the experience of fighting, sparring somebody of that caliber, So top 135 of the world. He's up there with the Tanks and everybody, all the Nomachicos, all the big names. So I said, no question. So they gave me my name. I guess I got approval for some of the coaches around here. Shout out to John White. And I think Bird from Headbang is approved, like saying that Outlaw could be good work for him. And he's known to send people home the first day. So as soon as I got down there last week, I had to get off the plane, took my stuff down right to the gym to spar. Literally just happened how I proved myself. And right after that, BH, who was his father, called Sarah and was like, yeah, I like him, and we're going to bring him back. Then I sparred him again. Supposed to spar yesterday, but then I had a flight, came here today, and I'm going back. Supposed to finish camp out with him until he go to Australia.